Hi, we're back. Transitioned to Tucson, have made myself at home at my sister's place and done the best I can in trying to get a job here and moving my schooling forward. And so here we are, back reconnecting with YouTube and reconnecting with creative inspiration and developing skills, developing the capacity to maintain focus on a topic and just effectively articulate. Um, and there was some lessons I learned from the last week, particularly regarding my relationship with YouTube and some of the growth that I've seen in myself over the past, just generally. So this past week, having posted every day for most of June, I stopped something that I said I was going to start. And I did what I told myself I was going to do, which was post in June. But at the same time, I did something for 20-ish days and stopped. So that created this feeling in me of like, oh, am I allowed to stop doing this? Is it good for me to stop doing this? Am I being weak by stopping? How am I inadequate because I am not doing something? And I think actually, like, I don't necessarily have the solution to the struggle of inadequacy, but I can share something I'm grateful about, which is that I kind of just moved through this mental conflict with compassion for myself, and it led to some pretty significant motion. There's been many times in the past where I pushed myself for months, weeks, and burnt myself out. And I'm not sure if I was burnt out, but I was definitely feeling overwhelmed in the past week. And those times where that happens, it feels like I get lost. It feels like I get brought into it. Like I just get so overwhelmed that I shut off. And my mind is going from distraction to distraction to distraction. And the way I'm starting to realize, like, oh, what is the difference between me and me now, which is like a calm day, and 2 days ago, 3 days ago, when I couldn't, like, I saw myself actively going from thing to thing to thing. And it's that simple. It's simple in a way, but today it has felt easy to be with myself, to not, like, I haven't been drawn to the distractions. I've wanted to be in my mind. And one of the reasons I think I've been able to get to this place of wanting to be with myself, of being calm enough to be with myself, is that I listened to what I needed, which was to consume a bit, to relieve some of the stress and burden of having to do so much to get back onto a track, which is like not anything that's actually real. It's all expectations and things that I put onto myself. But either way, the relief of accepting that I needed a break is something that I haven't been able to give to myself in the past. And I think a part of not being able to give myself that in the past is, one, not having the awareness to see, like, or just fear. I think a fear of, oh, if I don't post a video, I'm not going to be successful. Or me not posting a video is me being lazy. And instead, I didn't spend much time entertaining those thoughts, and I gave myself space, and I read a lot of fiction book. It was enjoyable. Um, so I just was reading a lot of fantasy and escaping from the world, and still like showing up and doing the job applications. But um, when I was entertaining, when I was removing myself from the anxiety of my mind, there wasn't this backup pressure of, oh, and you're bad because of doing this. And I think one of the byproducts of that was pulling myself, not pulling myself, safely landing, calmly landing into a place of like, oh, I'm stoked to be creative again. I'm excited to start learning and being creative and pursuing interests, which is not a place like that that's not commonly the fuel that has gotten me out of funks where I'm distracting myself. It's more typically like, oh, you need to stop feeling bad and become productive again. You're being unproductive, you're being ineffective. That's what has gotten me out in the past, whether I actually got out or not. Like today has felt really powerful. And of course it's temporary, but I think the fact that I've just been able to be present with myself throughout it, and even have an insight of like, whoa, okay, you've known yourself to be distracted and in the past. Now, yeah, plenty of thoughts to have on it. But it feels good. It feels good. I feel like I want to make this video, not like I have to make this video and like I'm obligated. So a big takeaway was learning to listen. Like my body was telling me I needed rest. My mind was trying, a part of my mind was saying, hey, these are the consequences and bad things of not continuing to post. Here's the expectations that you're setting on yourself wherever they come from. And so listening to that, I was talking about the takeaways. And then also realizing like, okay, that's a piece of my mind that's thinking, that's not the entire picture. If what I am doing is distracting myself, then something more powerful than those thoughts are trying to tell me something. So instead of being so fixated on the struggle of like, oh, I'm not enough, or I need to be doing something that I'm not, these expectations, I took a step back and considered more like, oh, okay, what is it that my body's telling me by wanting to distract? It's just, yeah, it's something that I'm going to play with more often. But like shifting the perspective from, oh, I'm doing something wrong, to what is valuable to learn about the thing that my natural tendency is right now. So yeah, I really don't know what my relationship with YouTube is. I guess it's still only been less than a month, and so I'm just going to practice some patience here. But I am glad to be here right now recording this video. And maybe it would be good for you to join me in taking a deep breath. So we'll do that on 3. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's do one more. Breathe in. Hold it. And breathe out. Really pull back. We're here. And so, thank you for joining me for another video. And thank you for the beautiful opportunity we have to live in the time we are in, because it's pretty freaking wild. So, Much love and appreciation. Have a great day.